You are average. But F-Zero 99 finally gives you the chance to be slightly above that. On the 14th of September 2023, F-Zero 99 was announced in a Nintendo Direct and made available the same day. It's basically F-Zero from the SNES mixed with the 99 formula, like with Tetris 99 or Pac-Man 99. I have to confess though, I've never touched an F-Zero game before, but despite that I've been playing this for hours since it came out. The fact that it's free, looks fun and simple, reeled me in to give it a try. The game is introduced to you with a short 10-minute tutorial. You learn how to drive and how it all works. You basically have a power meter that's both your health bar and the amount you can boost. While you can charge it a little bit each lap, it's a tight balance between going fast and surviving, as every track is trying to kill you. Then you gradually get exposed to more and more drivers as you progress. Driving against those CPUs feels very neat and fun. And it's also the last time you'll ever experience being a winner. Then everything changes. You're lined up with 98 real players and are finally served the real deal. The online world is as chaotic as you could imagine. In the beginning, it felt difficult to focus on the track with so much going on. But eventually, you get the hang of it. Sometimes you're 57th, and other times you're 35th. But what's clever about F-Zero 99 is that your position doesn't matter as much as you might think. At the beginning of each race, 4 other players of similar skill level as you are introduced as rivals. As long as you beat them, you'll progress in your rank. It's a great way to reward you despite the podium seeming so impossible to reach. You start accepting it's okay to be average. Out of curiosity, I did check out the original F-Zero on the SNES. I was actually surprised how similar it felt to play. I always looked at F-Zero and thought it seemed quite unintuitive and a bit boring, but it all made sense now. The controls were a little tighter, the game a little harsher, and it went on for quite a while with 5 increasingly difficult tracks. Replaying it with the understanding from F-Zero 99 really makes me curious about the series as a whole. In a way, I hope it's Nintendo's attempt to see whether there is still interest in the series, or maybe even to sort of build up awareness for a new upcoming game. Considering it's been around 20 years since the last F-Zero, I'm sure many fans would be excited for it. Going back from the SNES to F-Zero 99 made me appreciate just how polished this new game really is. Mario Kart might be a completely different type of game, but comparing these two, they both try to solve similar issues. How can you keep the game fun for everyone, even if you're far ahead or in the back of the pack? Mario Kart infamously solves some of these issues with blue shells, bullet bills and other items. But F-Zero attempts the same in a more organic way. Every time you bump into someone, super sparks get released. And if you collect enough of those, you get to go on the Skyway for a few seconds. It's a separate road that helps you speed through some sections like a bullet bill does in Mario Kart. But the further ahead you are, the less likely you are to encounter players bumping into each other, and therefore gather less super sparks, thereby giving the racers in the back more chances to catch up again. And if you're all the way in the back, golden cars appear, which give you a huge amount of super sparks all at once. The opposite is true for when you're in the front. Suddenly, grey and red cars start showing up. The grey ones are just tedious as they block your path, but the red ones explode upon impact, damaging you and slowing you down. It's so subtle and natural that it makes the game fun for everyone, whether you're skilled or not, you always have a place in the race. And even when you crash early, the game still lets you have fun. An interesting issue that I encountered in Tetris 99 was when I tried playing team mode. In the normal mode, the game got populated almost instantly, but as you have to unlock team mode, it barely managed to find other players. Of course, it's an older game at this point, but F-Zero 99 solves this problem in a really smooth way as well. Instead of keeping game modes completely separate from each other, they rotate every few minutes. One time you'll be playing a Grand Prix of multiple tracks that allows you to rank up in the leaderboards, but personally I suck too much at surviving 3 or 5 tracks in a row to participate. Other times it's a team battle. I really like team battle the most. It makes you feel part of a group in a game where you're an insignificant racer among 98 others. Tackling the other team while yours rushes ahead feels very rewarding, and you notice there is less chaos when driving next to your kind. When we win together, and when we lose, well, it was probably the others' fault. But with each race you become stronger and the fun stays nonetheless, especially when you didn't have such a great round, but your team wins anyway. Another fun part of the game is the ability to customize your craft. Personally, I've been very happy with mine, because it looks like a Roomba on steroids. Especially the decals make it stand out from the rest. Although it's a bit difficult to stand out in this group of color. Overall, I really recommend anyone to check out the game if they have a Nintendo Switch Online subscription. It's really fun and feels incredibly smooth. It reminds me of those magical days playing on the SNES for the first time, or even something like T-Worlds, where everything felt so vast and connected. I personally wish there was a way to party up with friends, so you can be part of the same chaos, but other than that, it's a great introduction into the F-Zero series if you've never touched it before. And for the fans, it's definitely a celebration worth experiencing. Despite the odds, I do truly hope you become above average and maybe someday even get to win. Thanks for watching, and if you're above average, show that by subscribing if you enjoyed this video.